moved it again. The button. They keep messing with my buttons. Yeah. Wait. Well, what a morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. Let's have some scrambled fabric and thread bacon. I will in a second. All right. Oh, how did it turn blue? What were you doing? There we go. It was blue. Mary, Cheryl, Daphne, Peggy, Judy, Polly, Joyce, Amy, R. Whitaker, Peggy, Diane, Jody, Danelle, JK, and Quilt Effect, Kathy, Lynn, and so many more. Hello and good morning, everybody. Today is continuation of last week's log cabin. Say hi, Thumpy. Say hi, everybody. Hello. Hi.
Show your shirt and him at the same time.
I can't because he's heavy. No. Say hi, everybody. No? Okay. Go away.
Don't go away.
So this morning, I spent the morning doing my first in the hoop embroidery. Can you tell? It looks like poop. I had an idea, but I never done in the hoop embroidery, so I tried. This is my first in the hoop embroidery, but I don't like the way it cuts when you cut it away, because I can't get too close because it's a t-shirt and I don't want to like cut the shirt, you know, when you fold it to get that away. So I'm pretty sure that'll fray away, hopefully, in the future, but look at that. Yeah, it's kind of like, I did it with the regular fabric and I didn't put any interfacing on it so that it wouldn't be too stiff. I didn't want a really stiff shirt. Oh, let me just come close. See, eventually it will fray, but this is so close. I'm not sure how to cut it any closer because the shirt, when you fold it, I can't get my little embroidery scissors any closer than that. So it kind of looks a little sloppy, but hey, it fits and I'm going to wear it.
It looks great.
So I tried. Anyways, we're going to continue on where we left off last week on, not last week, the week before is Thursday, the last breakfast at Tiffany's. We have a bunch of blocks in different settings. Not settings. What's the word for it? Stages. There's the word for it. So some need 2 more rounds. Some only need 1 more round. I guess I'll start with the 1 more rounds and get those done and out of the way, and then do the 2 more rounds. So I'm just going to get this set up, which I was playing with embroidery this morning, not sewing. So this area is not ready for me. I did roll bobbins though, so that I did at least get done. All right, so just going to continue on. All right, so we're going to do short ones first. Let's move that over. Short and then long. So hopefully everybody's having a lovely day and had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday with your loved ones. It didn't have to be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, any of that kind of stuff. It could just be spending time with your children. And if you don't have children, spending time with yourself sewing.
There you go.
With the love of your sewing machine.
I like that.
I actually didn't sew yesterday. I didn't do nothing yesterday besides
First day off in months.
Lay around. Like I had my first day off in months, like Scott was just saying. I just didn't want to do anything. Plus, I have a lot on my mind, you know, because I got to pack soon. I got all my suitcases ready. I just need to get all the stuff that goes in the suitcases ready, but I'll probably do that tomorrow or Saturday because I'll need a couple items of laundry washed, and Scott can do my laundry, you know, get that ready so that I have every pajamas that I need for my trip, because I don't really need real clothes, right? I just need pajamas. No, I'll bring real clothes. Yep. So I'm like just getting myself mentally ready for flying. These are 2.5-inch strips. Yes, if you watched last week's video, last week I gave you all the directions. All the cutting instructions were in last week's video. Come on. Two more of this stage. And last one on this stage. I'm hoping to get all these done today. That way I can start something new the next time I do a breakfast at Tiffany's. So the first Thursday of the month. I come home on a Monday, the 4th, and that way I can be able to have a live that Thursday, but not have to work on this same project.
Will your Sew Sunday live streams be at Becca's?
My Sew Sundays will be at Becca's. And as I was saying on Sew Sunday that just passed, it will probably not be sewing on the one while I'm at QuiltCon. It'll just be a chat with whoever is in the room, and we will just be hanging out and doing whatever, and maybe I'll show you what I have purchased while at QuiltCon. Because at this time, I have no idea what I will be doing besides hanging out with Becca and Ian and Mary. Right now I'm just finger pressing, adding that next round.
So either way, Sew Sundays will continue.
Yes, Sew Sundays will continue, yes, either way. Whether I'm sewing or not. Which we've had some Sew Sundays where I've, you know, not sewed. I also did a Sew Sunday at the last QuiltCon I went to, not the Georgia one, but the Phoenix one. The year before, I did one with Eric. So we went on top of a building to do our live stream, thinking it would, you know, get a really good signal and all. Instead, it was just a really cool view.
Is this your first time meeting Ian and Mary?
No, I've met Ian before. Obviously, I've hung out with Becca before, and Mary will be the first time I see Mary. And it'll be the first time I meet those of you on the East Coast who are going to QuiltCon and or to the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Fest. So those of you who are showing up to say hi, obviously I'm gonna make sure that I tell you guys, and I'll tell you guys all again on Sunday when I'm here. Anybody that wants to meet and needs to know where I am, I will constantly, as much as I can, post on the community tab here on YouTube. So that tab that says community, when you click on my circle for Tiffany's Quilting Life, and it takes you to my main page, and then it says home, videos, shorts, live, blah, blah, blah. It'll come to community. Just scroll over to community, and that is how I will keep in touch with everyone, since not everyone has Facebook. And also, if you do meet me there, come up and say hi, because I don't know who you are. You know who I am. So don't be afraid to come up and say hi. All right, these ones are all done after this, and then we'll get the other stage blocks done. I think log cabins are a quick sew if you chain piece all of them in every stage. I could have had this done in one afternoon, you know, on the normal. All right, here's some stuff for you to iron as flat as you could possibly get it without any.
You didn't give me no heads up.
Oh, well, here's your heads up. There you go, baby. All right, now I need to move this out of the way and this out of the way so that I can put the next stage of my background or accent or whatever you want to call it on this one, all these.
Still my seat now.
All of my logs here are cut exactly to size, which is the cool part about doing log cabins. You can pre-cut them all to the exact size you need, or you can just build them on as you go. You can also make them wonky, so after each round you can trim it crooked and make it wonky, which really looks cool. I love a wonky log cabin. I think they look very dramatic.
Did you sew two sides on this side?
Yeah, there's two sides sewn on. These are all very big blocks. I like big blocks. Makes a quilt go together so much quicker. Come on. Oh, I don't know why I just did that, but let's put this last one on and then snip them all apart. And go back to the beginning again. I'm just going to finger press for now.
They're all singing that song when you got them right. Before they even started.
That I like big blocks and I cannot lie.
Yes.
You other quilters can't deny that when a big block walks in with a little bitty red and that big smile on your face, you get sprung. I don't know the whole song. I mean, I do if it was on the radio. So I would be able to make more words up if it was on the radio. It's funny. I also like big quilts, not just big blocks. Come on. There we go. Scissors. As long as my little edge is pressed. I built plenty of log cabin quilts where I never pressed at all the whole entire time. I just build on and on and on. Since the pieces are the right size, you know. It still presses nicely. And everything's actually pressed away from the center, so that makes it a little bit easier too.
Do you trim your blocks as you go?
I do not trim as I go because everything is cut to size.
Do you string piece like this because it's faster?
I do this to save on thread, to save on time, to save on sanity, because I can't build one block at a time. Just like you can't eat one chip, I can't make one block at a time. It's just like that. Come on. Not the whole pile, just the one. One piece. Aye. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I just enjoy chain piecing.
Chain piecer.
That way I don't have to like get up and do anything. Actually, let's put that down there so that way it's covered at the seam when it gets to it. I had a little bit of a selvage sticking out, so I'll make sure that that's in the next 1/4 inch seam. All right, then one more round for all of these. Then we can lay it all on the wall and then put it all together. And then bam, a quilt. All right. Oh, let's finger press before I do that. One. I don't remember how many blocks I was making though. Was I making 20? I'm not sure.
Well, 4 together is that big.
How many's right there?
Seven.
Plus what's on the wall?
11.
And then what I have here.
Six. 9.
So that's 20.
I forgot what number we were at. 11?
Yep.
Yeah, 11 and 9 is 20, yeah.
Yep. 20 blocks. So it'll be 4 across by 4 down. No, 4 across by 5 down. Right? That makes 20?
4 and 5 is 20, yeah.
Yes. So it'll be 4 across by 5 down. All right, here we go. Let's start putting this outer round on. All right, I need the shorter one first, longer one second. I'll turn all these this way. When I get to the next step.
Oh.
Yeah, you can sit down for now.
Okay, show my seat.
Yep, he's a seat stealer. This will be a very interesting looking quilt though with all this fabric. Pinks and greens and browns.
Have you ever made a potato chip quilt?
No, but Teresa Louise has made a potato chip quilt. I probably have, just that I didn't call it that. But Teresa Louise has, if you go to her channel. Yeah, she did on a video with me. So if you look for the most recent, I think it was Sew a Jelly Roll Day video that Teresa did and I did. She did the potato chip block and I don't even know what I did. I didn't even remember. I sewed a jelly roll though. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna rip that seam because that really went the wrong direction. Sorry, one ripping seam. That's it, just one
Why
seam.
did they come up with some of these names?
For quilts, you mean?
Yeah.
I've
quilt or whatever.
I have no idea how some of these names got thought up because it does not look like a potato chip. That's about where it started getting wonky. I'm just ripping to where it messed up. See, I can't sew straight. I've told you guys this 5,000 times. I don't even, with a seam guide even, I don't know how it gets crooked, but it does. And then it messes up my stuff and, you know. Then I have to go back and redo it. All right, let's try that again. Oh, look at that. Much better. I can just sew straight. I even keep my hands on the table and holding the block, and I still sew crooked. How that is even possible, I don't know, but it is. Like, I still do my best to hold everything all nicely and blah, blah, blah. And I still veer off. I guess I'm just, you know, a sloppy sewer. Huh? On my bad days, I can't walk a straight line either. All right, last one.
One lady said to slow down, although you can't do that.
I can't slow down. I cannot sew slow. For the life of me, I cannot sew slow. Even when I'm trying to do something meticulous and pristine, I still can't do it. Something about slowing down just does not work with my brain. I don't know how or why. It just doesn't. I just can't do it.
Do you also drive fast?
I don't drive fast, actually. Only on the freeway or highway, whatever you guys want to call it. Here we have a highway, I guess is what it's called, the 40. But I don't go out of town very often, so I don't really get a chance to speed. But, you know, I go 30 in a 30 or in a 25, and I go, you know, 35 and a 30, and you get the picture. Because unfortunately, my car doesn't have the actual numbers for the fives, so I kind of just guess it. So I'm pretty sure that's how fast I'm going. As long as it's near. All right. last side. And then we can have Scott iron these while we place the other ones on the wall.
Am I ready to iron?
Not those, the ones I'm going to pass you when they're done.
Okay.
As long as my little finger press seam stays back. Here's one. I'll just start passing them to you one at a time. Just throw them to you when they're done.
Why do you pre-cut all your pieces instead of just cutting them to size after you add a log? Is it because it's faster?
It's faster to pre-cut them all and sew them on than to keep going back and forth to your cutting table to trim after each one. I'm all about saving time. If I would have sewed that on, I would have had to trim it. Instead, it's going straight to the iron. It's already ready. I mean, if you're already cutting for the project in the beginning, you might as well just cut it all out. I mean, not everybody has to do it that way. You can do it however you want, but I'm just saying. I find it easier to just have it all to size.
Are you ready to die on me?
Yeah, it's not happy.
I told you to leave me alone. I agreed with you. I tried to buy you one even. I don't make a rush because I wait till the other one heats up and I heat this one.
The iron died. You could go get the cordless from the living room if you wanted. All right, one more, and then we'll take the stack that he's already pressed and start.
I haven't pressed none. I'm waiting on the iron.
Put it on the wall. I'm talking about the other pile with the 7.
It's finally getting hot. I'll get there.
He doesn't like the Oliso iron.
Bro, you don't like it either. It worked better.
All right, let's see. 4 across, 5 down. So I'm pretty sure I have room to do this. Let's start
One broke.
up here with it going out like that. And then put this one like this. 2. 3. I know I'm tippy-toeing it, guys, but I have a feeling that 5 down is going to be really long. Let's put a yellow
I
one.
can stand at the top for you.
Oh, it's fine.
You can iron and I can put them up there. You like the
4.
No?
No, I got it.
That one? Okay.
All right, then we're going to go 1, 2. I'm just laying them going in a, whatchamacallit. There's a word for it, and I can't think of it at the very moment. Like a diagonal kind of thing going on. Four. And then 1, 2. Oh, there's a green. Let's put green there. And this one this way. Okay. And then 4. And 1. Don't ask me how I got all the way over here on this edge.
Yeah, you put up row on this side for the whole block.
I know. 3 and 4. And then one more row. We're going to see what they are, and then we'll start sewing them together. This is going to be so cute. Yep. We'll see what those colors are. Ugh.
This one's a dark green.
That'll work.
And you have a pink green combo. Pink green combo.
Okay.
Oh, no, this one's a blue yellow combo.
Honestly, it really doesn't matter as long as no two edges are the same touching each other. But I did cut them all from each individual color. So technically, none of the ends should be the same at all. I mean, they're the same fabric design, but different color. And then this one would go this way. Yeah, so it's going to create a diagonal zigzag kind of ordeal. Okay, so I'm going to swap this one with the one that you have. That way it's not two of the same design, different color fabric. There we go. All right, what do you think? Yep, sew together? I think so. All right, let's do these two right sides together. We're just going to stand and sew.
How do you keep your blocks from falling off the wall?
The wall has batting on it, so they shouldn't fall off. It is just natural cotton white batting. Well, I can't stand and sew if the needle isn't threaded. I just have to make sure my blocks, because they fell on the floor, I gotta make sure that they're the correct direction because they're on the floor. All right, what was it again? It was that, nope, it was that way, right? And that way, right? Was it that way? Yes, okay. So that goes to that side. I guess we'll sit and sew. And they should be exactly the same size blocks, so it should go together super simple. All right, then we're going to take the next two. That's the side I'm sewing on. Line them up and sew them. Come on, right there. And yes, I am chain piecing them together. Then the next two.
How much background fabric do you use?
I don't know, you'd have to go to the first video. Within the first like 20 minutes, I probably say it. It probably says in the description below, actually, on this video, because I might have just kept it in the same, I probably kept the same words in there. All right, next two. I like this whole just turn it and grab it from the wall. So much easier. And last two for this. You can even web piece these ginormous blocks if you guys were curious what I call this, or what anybody calls this, is web piecing. Alright.
Can you feed dogs get out of alignment?
Feed dogs get out of alignment? Yeah, anything can get out of alignment, so I'm pretty sure they can.
He says, I feel like my fabric veers off to the left for some reason.
Okay, don't fall. That's probably just sewing funky because I veer off all the time too. Okay, once this is under the machine, it'll hold it, but at the moment, it's gonna fall on the floor.
Our batting's what that we have up there, 80-20?
No, that's cotton. 100%.
100%?
Yep,
Okay.
100%
Ours is
cotton,
100% cotton.
holding it on the wall. And when it gets too much more covered in thread, because it is literally covered in thread, I will put it under a black quilt. Hold that there. Grab this down.
You know what size it's supposed to be?
I have no idea, but we will know in about 15 minutes how big it will be. I did not do any math prior to, unless you want to do it, 14 inches times 4 and 14 inches times 5.
See, there you go.
That would be how big it would be.
14 times 4 and 14 times 5.
Yeah, 5670, that works. Somewhere in there. But I'm going to add borders. I have border fabric. And last one on this. We'll start from the top again.
be willing to do a quilt as you go twin size?
To do this quilt as you go twin size? No, because I'm already building it to load it on a long arm.
Another one.
I don't do quilt as you go. Okay, back to the beginning. I'm just going to place this under the needles or under the presser foot so that it holds it where I need it to be, because it's going to fall to the floor. Place this on here.
Am I ironing again?
I'm going to iron in a minute because in a few minutes. So you can unplug it for now, I guess. I'll tell you when.
Well, the fucking handle being plugged in. I just didn't know. I can fill it with more water. That I can do.
Due to the weight, it's pulling, so I have to hold on to it as I go. Come on. Goes this way. I'm trying to think of a channel that does quilt as you go for you guys, but I don't do it. I have a long arm, so there's no sense in me doing, I mean, even for video's sake, if I did do quilt as you go, I would probably be lost because I don't do it. I did it a few times in the beginning and I didn't like the look of it because I didn't know how to attach the rows. I don't like there being a sashing between each item, like each piece of fabric, if that makes any sense. So I don't know how to do it without having to add sashing. All right. Come on.
Hey, you did your tabletop or just
Yeah, I've done table runners quilt as you go on my channel, but that's just quilting directly onto. It's not building blocks, quilting the blocks, and then putting those blocks together. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I do, but without sashing, I don't know how to do that.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. Too complicated for my brain.
Need an extra chair in here now.
I know.
Stole mine.
Or we're going to just put a cat bed in here.
For me to sit in?
For him to sit in, not for you to sit in, silly.
He's gonna still steal mine.
All right, so everything is web pieced together. This makes it so much easier. So my first two rows are literally these two right here. Everything's still connected, so I just need to line these two up, right sides together, and since they're connected, they go nicely. I'm just gonna line it up, nest my first seam. Stop in first seam, go down to next seam. Nest them together. It doesn't really matter which way they go. Come on. As long as I can hold it. All right, stop in that seam, go to the next. Since they're hooked together, it makes it so much easier. All right, and then the end of the row. All right, so now I'm going to take these two, open them up, and stick them on top of this third row, like that. Bring it back over, and sew these. Start it, nest it, and go. Stop at the seam, go to the next. Come on. If my fingers could, you know, go in between the fabric, that would be nice. Oh. And then the end. All right, now these three are together. So now I'm going to flip the whole entire thing and put these two on top. Turn it. No. And that way my big piece is on the bottom, and then I just have the two more rows to sew together. So just line it all up. Again, it's all exactly the right size. Just gonna nest the seam. Put that down, that up. Nest the next seam, so on and so forth. And since they're really big blocks, I honestly am not paying attention to if the above seam is going right, left from the top. Like, I'm not really paying attention. It's such a big block, so if they, you know, have a turn in the seam, I really don't care. Nobody's looking in the quilt, you know. Nest these. Match up the end, which it should be perfectly matched up. Yeah, it's a new link. Yep. And the Martelli cutter you can find at the link that Scott is putting in. All right, so here's the last one. Just gonna flip it over onto it. You can see it's almost a quilt top. All right, started it, come down, nest it. Stop in the seam. to the next one.
Do you make up your own layer cakes for projects from your fabrics?
I do make up my own layer cakes, yes. I make up my own everything most times, but there are times that I grab from my layer cake pile, which I have a lot of and I need to do stuff with. But when I'm like testing something, I cut my own pieces. Oops, we're out of bobbin right here at the very end. Let's put a fresh one in there. Empty one over there. All right, re-hold the end together.
Where's the quilt mill in Virginia at?
The one in Virginia is like Virginia Beach somewhere in that area. I don't know exactly what city. You'd have to look it up. The Mid-Atlantic Quilt Fest or quilt, whatever. Okay, let me press these real quick, each row. Is it on? Yeah, okay, thank you. Give me 2 seconds to do this. I gotta move a couple things out of the way.
The green light. See?
Yep, yeah, I didn't see it because of the angle I was at the light. All right, so I'll be 2 seconds while I do this. I have a nice big ironing board, which allows me to press big things, big rows, big quilts. And like I said, I didn't pay attention to right or left with the seams between the rows, so whatever way they end up going is the way they're going to go. I do want it to lay flat though. Oh, they can, yeah, you can tilt it, I suppose.
Staring at the blank white.
Yeah, instead of staring at the blank white, Scott's going to turn the camera. Just straighten it out. I kind of give it a little finger push the way I want it to go.
Is the quilt show in Virginia near where Becca's at in Virginia?
No, it's a couple-hour drive. It's a couple-hour drive from where I will be. Yeah, it's gosh, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up, and I'm unable to do that at the moment. I will have all the information as soon as I get to Becca's on probably like Tuesday. I'll post it on the community tab where that show will be. Yeah, we made the ironing board and have videos of it. I need to recover it though. It is it's really flat, so it doesn't have what's the word for it? It doesn't have no padding in it anymore because it's flattened out. I'll have to really give this a good press another time. Right now I'm just trying to get it done. Because I want it's a somewhat lay flat, and right now it's not laying perfectly flat.
Brand is that pink iron?
It's an Oliso iron. I honestly don't like it, but I do like it at the same time. It stays hot pretty good, but this one's broke. This black thing right here, watch. I can push it back in. So when you let go, it lifts it, right? But when I go back, see, the pin doesn't go back in and it gets stuck on blocks. It stays sticking out, this black thing that pushes it up. So I have to actually manually shove it in. And that just happens from years of use. All right, let's put this on the wall, Scotty, and then we'll decide how many borders we need. Yes, please, I can't reach up there by myself. Oh, wait, it's right here. That's good.
You sure?
Yep, smooth it. All right, now for a couple borders real quick. All right, let's add some borders. What do I have left? Okay. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough of this pink. There's only 8 inches left. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strips. There's no way I'm going to get 7 from here. So what I am going to do is skip that. And let's see, how many of these do I have left? I was thinking maybe I can just put these around it first, and then this second border, which I have lots of. I think that will look nice. Let me move that out of the way. And let's choose some strips. We'll save the red for binding. We'll save the plain green for binding. Let's see, 2. Oh no, I don't need it for binding because I have binding. Let's see. Let's choose 7 strips. Is that what I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 strips left. All right, I'm going to sew these together. Well, let me cut the salvage off of them all. I'm going to sew them end to end, and I'm just going to, I guess to get more variety, split them in half and make this the first border and then the other one the second border. Or I can just do the second border only. What do you guys think? Let me know before I start chopping stuff up. What do they think? Second border only, or this first? All these. And then this. All those, then that? Does that look too busy? It does, huh?
I don't know. No one's saying anything yet.
I think it does look too busy.
One person said the second one only.
Second one only. That's what we'll do then. Second one only. All right. Well, and I will clean all these fellers up and do 7 strips. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be too busy to me. It seems busy. All right. How much do I have here? I have 1 yard, I'm pretty sure. All right. So 1 yard divided by, I need your calculator, please. Well, while you're typing, I'll press my fabric because it's kind of wonky.
Okay, calculator's on.
36 divided by 7.
36 divided by 6 is
So I'm just going to cut 5-inch strips.
You know, it's 5.14.
Yeah, I'm not cutting the 1/4 part. Nope, I don't need 5.5. All right. Just pressing the fabric real quick, guys, because it's a little on the wonky side. All right, we're going to cut some 5-inch strips off of here, 7 of them to be exact. Yeah, 1, 2. We're going to make sure again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and half of that, and half of that makes 7. Okay. No, because it's going to have 5 more extra inches. I need 8. What's 36 divided by 8? Is that like 4.5?
Yes, 4.5.
Okay, we're going to cut 4.5. So my last border is a 4.5-inch border. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7, and 1 more. 8. All right, now I'm going to hook these ones together. And then sew them on. I really wish I had more of that other color to go around it first. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna cut all the salvages off at the same exact time. Stack them and sew them. So I'm pull out that bottom one, and the next 2 will be right sides together, and so on and so forth throughout the whole entire endeavor. Next 2. Come on, separate. There we go. I feel like it got really incredibly silent. I just meant comment-wise that you haven't read me any comments. I mean, any questions.
They didn't ask no questions.
All right, snip apart. And then,
Can I move the camera up so they can see the top? That was the question.
oh, I'm taking it down right now. So they can see it when it's done. Because here it comes right now. Woo! All right, I'm going to attach the sides, then the top and the bottom.
I took it up so they got to see it quick.
All right. Here we go.
You ready for your trip to Becca's?
I am mostly ready for my trip to Becca's. I do have some anxiety about the flying part, but feels like the camera's like way over there now.
You see from the edge of the juki to the middle of the...
No.
I can push close to that.
No.
How many log cabin quilts do you think you've made?
I've made about 6 log cabin quilts. I still have one in the closet I haven't quilted. It's just a curved log cabin. I haven't finished putting it together. I was going to do some like fancy borders. I never did. It's just hanging in there. Hanging in there, waiting for me to someday finish it. I started that one years ago, that last one. All right, this side is done. Turn to this side. Grab my other end. Put quilt in the lap and sew it on. I have like a super amount of fuzz on me today. Driving me nuts. Can I have a cold water, please? So as you guys already know, I don't measure my borders and get the accurate number. I sew them on to size. So I sew it on and then trim it to size. And I usually don't have any issues doing it this way.
There you go, beautiful.
Thank you.
Any tricks to prevent it? Or
If you
special blades to use?
with that cutter, you have to start by getting the blade down in this part right here. If it's not going, then you probably have 2 blades in your rotary cutter because it's designed for every single rotary cutter. I have tried several of the cutters I have, except for the 28mm one. They all fit in here perfectly. So either you have too much fabric stacked and it's not allowing you to get between them, or you have 2 blades in your rotary cutter. Or it's just not going because it's just not going. It's probably user error. I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of. Or you have a bad cutting, what is the word? Stripology ruler. I mean, they're not all perfect. These things break and get dings and dents and so on and so forth, so. All right, before I even get up, I'm just going to finger press this back and turn the whole thing and add to the side now. I'm gonna make sure that there's no seam at the edge because I definitely don't like seams at the edge. And there's not. Good job. Normally I don't go straight with just one border. So it's kind of weird for me to sew just one border. Normally it's got the background color, but since I'm out, I can't do nothing about that. So I would say if you want that first border to be your background, to add half more yard to the yardage that I put in the requirements. And if you want it to be a 2.5 inch, then just put a whole nother yard. I probably only started with like 1.75 yards, maybe. I don't remember. 1.5 yards. I don't know what I had. All right, fold it on top of itself. Okay, last side, and then I'll press this, and then the whole thing will be done. Yay! Man, I could have probably went with 5 inch. Now that I'm looking at it. That's okay.
It'll be beautiful.
Yep. Huh?
And I know after 8, you're going super quick.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to finger press this. And then cut the size. Yep, I could have done 5 inch strips. Yep. That's okay. This will be fine. All right, I'm going to press this, and then the whole thing will be done.
Are you going to enter this quilt into a show?
This is not a show quilt. This is a use-it quilt. It is very sloppy. It's a sloppy quilt. Well, by my standards. This is a use-it quilt. You'll use it on the couch, on a bed, wherever. It's not, I'm not being meticulous enough for it to be a show quilt. Plus, it doesn't scream show quilt. It screams use me.
Your dream quilt will get it.
My dream quilt will go into a quilt show, yes. As soon as I get the borders on it. I made them, I just haven't put them on yet. Because, well, I was trying to not have anything to do, before I go to Virginia and North Carolina. I was trying to be lazy this week in preparation for everything that I'm going to be doing coming soon. All right, go this way now. I'm just rolling the border back.
size bed is this one for?
This will fit on a twin bed. It'll sit right on top. I usually don't make quilts this small, but this is perfect for a small bed or use on the couch.
Do you use steam?
Yes, I use steam. I use lots of steam. I am a steamaholic. I always steam everything. Yep. I prefer a steam iron.
Will this hang over the bed?
This probably will hang over on the sides, not too far on the bottom though, because a twin mattress is 39 inches by 70 inches. And if this is only 70 something by, we'll see right now how big it is. And I'll be able to tell you. All right, let's hang it back up.
Hold on. They want to see the ironing board real quick.
Oh, my ugly, disgusting looking ironing board.
There it is. They wanted to see.
All right.
Hold on, Tiffany.
He's showing the ironing board. He says, that's what it looks like, guys. That's my big mound of batting underneath and all the scraps I've been throwing over there. It's a disaster. A disaster, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Come this way just a little. There we go. Right there. Now, smooth it out. There we go.
Make sure it stays on there. You get the bottom, I get the top.
All right. There it is. In all of its twin size glory. It definitely does not hang nicely right here like
Does
that.
size include a lot of hangover?
And we're going to look right now. I need a measuring tape.
You want me to hold it?
Yes.
Pretty much 65.
65. So yes, it'll hang over on both sides of a twin by
79.
79. Yes, it'll hang over on the bottom and two sides of a twin. Yep. Yep. So it's twin size. That's what you get for this jelly roll quilt. I can't get it too smooth on this wall because the batting is sagging and shifting. But there it is, my friends. All done.
When selling quilts, is there a formal or guild to go by? I don't understand that question.
When selling quilts is what?
Is there a formal or guild to go by?
No. There's no rules when selling quilts. And don't cut yourself short either when you are. All right, let's move the camera so you can see the whole thing in full. All right, so that's the top and the bottom. And again, it does look wrinkled, but that's because it can't smooth it out on the batting with the whole quilt. So that's why it looks like that, because the batting is sagging on the wall. It's only held up there by little pins, but it'll get a good pressing before I long arm quilt it.
How far of overhang to the box spring or longer?
I have it. It'll probably just cover the mattress. It'll probably just cover the mattress, so right to the box spring, you know. But not a big mattress either. Let's see if it's 39, and that's, what is that? I'd said? 65 by 79. Let me write that down. 65, 79. And a mattress is 39 by 75. Oh, okay. So no, it won't hang over on the end too much. Unless it comes down from the pillow area, then it'll hang over. So that means your pillow would be above the quilt. You know, the quilt will come to your shoulders or neck or whatever you want to call it. I have a cheat sheet chart of the size of mattresses, if you guys were curious. So I keep that in case I need to make a quilt, but I need to know how big because people want hangover when I do custom ones. So I get the chart back on the wall. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And when I quilt it, it's going to lose about ½ an inch on all four sides. So because it shrivels up when you quilt it on the long arm. Just a little bit. Depends on how dense I quilt it or how loose I quilt it. But I'll probably quilt it with paisleys or something because it has paisleys in the fabric, or paisleys and butterflies because there's butterflies in it. I'll do something. Something cute.
Sizes, do they go beyond the box spring?
Huh?
In other sizes, do they go beyond the box spring?
Yeah, you can make a quilt however big you want to pass a box spring. Yes. It can hang all the way to the floor. Mine hangs right halfway, like this much further than the mattress. I mean, you can have them hang however you want. It depends on the size quilt. So if you want a queen, you know, say you have a queen bed and you want a queen size quilt, make a king size quilt. That way it hangs all the way over. All right, I'm done. Is there any questions or anything? Because I can just go put my feet up and relax for the rest of the day. No questions? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call this a wrap. The project is done, and that means when I come back from QuiltCon and all the stuff that I'm doing in the next 2 weeks, then that first Thursday we'll probably start again with like another table runner. So we'll have fun with that. So I'm going to get going. Thank you all so much for hanging out for breakfast.
Would you add for a full size?
How many more blocks would I add for a full size? I would add 1, 2, 3. I would add 1, 2, 3, 4. I would do 7 across by 9 down. That way you have full hangover. All right, I'm going to go. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good day. I will be here on Sunday. Don't worry. We're only going to be here for like an hour, though, because we do got to go to bed early because we are leaving in the middle of the night. As in, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So anyways, see you guys on Sunday. Bye.